Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik and this is the game War in the Pacific Admits Edition, the play by email match against Jochen. Jochen is the ally player and for me it is the Empire of Japan, and this is the next turn, the February 11th 1942 turn, the day after the battle of the aircraft battle in the Bay of Bengal, with the sinking and crippling of two of my fleet carriers, and I was only able to damage two of Jochen's fleet carriers, but not seriously enough to really take them out of the war. Good, but let's see here what happens. My rowboat intercepted a cargo ship, but the cargo ship is too cheap to completely to let the captain attack it for some reason. This is now one of my medium submarines near to Colombo. They failed to let me know that American carriers are in the water, and now we have here some little have a little success to hit my submarine here. This is all still deep water, but there are many sub-hunters everywhere. And here's one of my submarines is forced to surface and then gets killed. So we can see that normally running out of ammunition, but at the same time the Napier is running out of ammunition. The submarine must surface. It cannot stay longer underwater, and then the other ships are simply closing in and finish off the submarine. If the sub had only a little more time to stay underwater, there was a chance to survive. But this was the first clean kill of a submarine for Jochen. Before I lost two submarines only to mine, against mines. Here again hits on my submarine, so this British destroyers are much more effective in for fighting against submarines. I mean, we are on the early 42. The German submarines in the Atlantic are still a threat for the next, let's say, 14-15 months. But the British are much better prepared for this kind of warfare. So Kaga have problems, the system simply falling apart. I mean, the ship was a wreck, and it was only the system damage is faster to destroy the ship or Jochen will sink it. So there was really no hope to really save this ship more. Here we're finding an American submarine trying to enter or leave the island of Japan. This is one of my patrol ships. They are here on station to normally give me early signal if there's an enemy task force coming in. Maybe I can call them back because now I know that all American carriers are in Indian Ocean, so there's normally no threat more for this. All American battleships are damaged, at least to June or July. So there's only possibility that enemy cruisers are coming. and I not really fear this because I have too much torpedo navy attack strike craft in Japan to normally handle this kind of stuff. So, still the war go on, so I start my typical air activity in China, bombing Changsha in Xi'an. Oh yeah, good damage against the airport, only smaller damage against the ground forces. Here is a direct kill by flak. Can happen always, even if you fly 10,000 feet high. But again, at least the damage against Changsha Airport was good enough to feel not bad of this loss of airframe and pilot maybe, and damage to my other airframes. This I can continue. Main issue or main reason is still to keep the supply situation for Jochen in the front line, let's say, complicated for him to maintain. I only want to create damage that it burns China's supplies, nothing more. Jochen must bring in the supplies in Rangoon, then transport them over the mountains, Himalayas, and then bring them to mainland China. And I try simply to create so much damage that all the supplies he brings to China he must immediately consume, and cannot use to really rearm the Chinese army. Of course it is not always possible, but at least it's a token of his supplies I try to take away. And again, some damage. Naja. Not always so successful. But remember that I think if once everything is destroyed, there's nothing more to destroy. So if you're coming close to maximum destruction of the enemy installation, then how you want to destroy more? And this is the strike against the ground forces. Slow them down. what is surprising in this turn so far is normally that there's no strike of Jochen's carrier fleet so far. After last turn, Jochen find exactly the position where he must be to attack me. Today he don't attack me. That is a little strange. But at the end doesn't matter more because my carrier fleet is already destroyed. So if we attack, he can kill it immediately. If he don't attack, it's also lost. So it will not change more much. So no airstrike on my ships. Second Battle of Batavia. Fort is broken and also the defender are giving up. So the Batavia fall very easy. The whole Japanese operation in Java was more or less a success, or only the totally destruction of the Surabaya was a big setback, and it is for me still a problem of the game. Here again, no casualties nearly for the Japanese, but high casualties for the Dutch. Now the longer but steady bombardment of Changsha. I try to get the Chinese units again down under 4,200. This is always a point. If I can keep Jochen's attack value around under 4,200, then it's fine. And again, again a bombardment, and today with higher losses for Jochen, but also on my side some casualties. Most are disabled, but again, at least something gets destroyed on my side, and yeah. What is now better? Higher losses for Jochen and small losses for me, or no losses for me and less damage for Jochen is hard to really say. But Jochen is still around 4,200, uh, but not under 4,200. Dilajab. Oh yeah, okay. The first battle was still a success, I would say. I damaged most of these Dutch forces. Next turn I maybe can kick them out of the hex. Now after two or three turns waiting, I attack again, and you can see this time was my infantry regiment not only with 20, 30 attack value, now we bring in 93. So most of my infantry regiment take part of this battle. And the allied forces was not able to really recover anything. And now I was able to completely wipe out this allied base. So at least something, but unluckily maybe a little too late. So I can bring my attack value back to over 400 from I think 330, 40 I was in the lowest point. And now it was really a clean victory. Nearly nothing gets destroyed on my side. And the ally lost all 10 units are getting destroyed. You can see heavily on vehicle and guns and non-combat. So there was not really many fighting forces, but a lot of vehicles. You can see here, this is all what gets destroyed. Marine brigade, tank platoon, engineers, and so on. A lot of support stuff. Nothing really first-class fighting, but maybe the tanks. But at least a victory. And also taking here some small... I sent some paratroopers to take here the city. I forgot it. I simply just realized, oh, there's some, I think, resources, a light industry inside, so why not pick it? So, we arrived at the 12th February 1942. And first, let's see if there's any big... In the air, there was no real activity. This is losses over China, I would say. One of my scout planes gets killed. Jochen lost a sky train over Himalaya, maybe. So, nothing really happens. This is the flak kills. Ships sunk, I think this turn, surprisingly. Now I get here the information. I mean, we lost. This was the true kill of my medium 3-figure submarine. This is his mid-range. They are okay, but they are not the big fleet submarines, I would say. It's how to say, if this is a Type 7 submarine or more Type 9, hard to... I think it's more Type 7 submarine. And the Enterprise, of course, is not going down. This is only wrong information. Not today. Maybe the Army loss points go up for Jochen more. I was at 9-1, then I was 10-1, and now we are at maybe 12-1, something like this. The issue is that Kara cannot escape. The fire increased and the system damage increased, and once the fire, and we also have flotation damage. Simply no way. I mean, the fire was over 50. The system damage was over 50. This is always a combination of you cannot fix it more on your own. You must find a port to fix it for you. So this cargo will go down, and this is the same value like Enterprise, and it is only if you not think about that Japan only built one fleet carrier, but America built 20 fleet carrier or something like this. So you must at least kill 2-1. So I must kill Enterprise and Lexington to only compensate the Kaga, and I must normally kill Lexington, Enterprise, and Saratoga to compensate the loss of my 2 carriers, you know. Naja. Anyway, I talk about this already, and I try to bring here all submarines and everything nearby to maybe create here some lucky hit, but Jochen maybe simply, I don't know why he don't attack me. He maybe call it off and play it safe, because he already was able to create the crippling blow. I also had here some more or less suicide task force around the 2 heavy cruisers. They are nearby, and I was hoping that maybe my submarines can damage something, and then my cruisers can rush in to maybe create more damage, and at least maybe damage enemy carrier division, or in best case sink something. But because Jochen may run away, I don't know where they are. I have no detection. I have here of course full detection from Rangoon. I have surprisingly no detection on my cruiser formation, but I really don't know where they are. And I call my submarines to bring them here in position, because the most likely is that Jochen normally go back to Colombo to fix the damage, because there's a big shipyard, but he can also play it safe and go back to Calcutta or Madras, so you will see. I can maybe stay one more turn here with my cruisers and try to intercept here something, but very unlikely. So nothing really more. I think there's not really. The bang I took, but the damage, I must bring in some engineers to fix this, but this is okay. I walk here now down with my units to come closely to Palmbang, but Palmbang is the second task. First Java. Once Java is done, then Palmbang. I also will start here to create some invasion stuff to take the last bases here in Borneo. Once this is done, I have all what... No, if I have this done, I have still to take normally Rangoon and all of Burma to only break even. And again, I must take it all before the 1st of April. Yeah. Nothing really happened here. Yeah, I took Luganville. So I'm ready here. Unluckily, I have really no supplies, so I must bring in some supplies and I must rest my units. I have a raw attack value of 350, but most are still in okay shape, but some units are here a little disabled. I need only bring supplies in, and then my units will normally come back maybe more or less. And then I have here maybe 500 attack value. What I can do with the 500 attack value, or maybe I take these 2 more bases and then it's enough, because with 500 attack value I cannot go for Nomaya or Port Moresby. I only can try to defend here something and then wait that the Americans are coming, if they ever coming. Maybe, normally, I mean, to really be honest, if you are America, why you really won't fight for this? Here's normally nothing for Japan to defend. I mean, you can defend it, but what industry is here? Normally, if the allies simply say, okay, let's take Java back. Java is a big island you need. From Java you can attack everything. So I normally would say that Java is much more important than everything in New Britannia. Because I mean, all this Solomon Sea or these islands, and also even here in the New Caledonian, it is strategic value only if it's possible for you to cut down the supply line to Australia. But if you don't take New Caledonian and New Zealand, I think it's impossible to really cut the supply lines to Australia on the east side. And if you cut it on the east side, then maybe the allied players simply switch to the west side. So if you really want to take out Australia, you need New Caledonian, New Zealand, and must take Perth. Or you simply sink the ships on the way. But yeah, for this you need something, and I simply have no air force more left. I have also nearly no pilots more back in. No, not here. No? Where is the pilot? Aircraft losses? No? Oh yeah. You can see there's nearly no pilots more left in my Navy pool. And I also don't have really many airframes left. I simply don't have supplies left. I burn all supplies to push what is possible to push. But now I have no supplies left to really any repair. Everything what gets destroyed I cannot really repair. I only invest more in engine production because engines I still need. But I cannot upgrade more in aircraft production, so I have this 110 zeros per month. I have 110 Oscars per month. This is what I get out. 50 torpedo bombers, 50 dive bombers. This is the maximum Japan can afford with this current situation. Everything, all supplies I produce in Japan is only to keep this status quo. All supplies I need, I ship to China to keep the war in China active. I use the supplies to increase the engine production because engine production is still lacking. And I can barely normally ship any supplies to every other area. So every repair, everything what I get is destroyed. Like also Batavia is mainly destroyed. You can see 50 destroyed. Every industry, resources. I mean, manpower really doesn't matter. Resources maybe are also not so critical. Light industry is normally always something because I need every industry I can get. And heavy industry I must pay. So, again, so I also already told Jochen this. Sooner or later I will take Palmbang, and if Palmbang will fall similar to Surabaya, if it's the damage is over 50%, I will also stop the game because scenario 1 simply it's not possible. If the refineries and the oil is damaged over this, I have no supplies to fix it. This scenario 1 don't give you this kind of stuff. You must take it from the allied player. If you can conquer the supplies to repair, it is fine. But so far in all of Java, I never get any supplies from the allied player. All of the supplies are maybe here locked in this base. And I don't know how many. I need 200,000. If I get here not 100,000 supplies, then I don't have the supplies. The game don't offer you this kind of supplies, not in scenario 1. Good. I think this is enough. Thank you all. Take care. Bye bye.